Khalil seemed to have forgotten to mention the mode of transport used to get to Ait Benhaddou.
That's good. I feel like one of those Western movies.
I think the horses go a bit faster in westerns, don't they?
Well, at least they're not camels. Oh, good job there's a wall here to help people get on and off. After that intimate ride, it's only polite to have a quick chat to our donkey drivers.
This water is only here in the winter because it's meltwater from up in the mountains. By the summer, it's all dried up. There's no drinkable water inside the kasbah. There's no fresh water around here. They have to bring their drinking water from 15 kilometres away, and they bring it on the backs of these trusty creatures in big, big barrels, and that's for all their drinking and eating purposes.
So we followed the arrows and our rather snappily dressed guide Hassan into the remarkable kasbah.
You see something there, Sophie?
What, my darling?
That sign there, those are letters that are Berber. It's the real local language. It's actually written. It's not only a dialect. That's the sign to say welcome. And that's why, obviously it's there on top of the door.
Hassan guided us through the labyrinth of the kasbah, right up to the roof.
Oh, no, we're right up here.
Wow.
Incroyable.
What a view.
Look at that. So look, the kasbah is a house with 4 towers, yes?
So the 4 towers, actually, for each family, there are 4 families living
Right.
in
Heads of
kasbah.
water.
And the kasbah is home to all members of the family.
This site has intrigued a lot of filmmakers, I would say, from David Lean with Lawrence of Arabia, that they've wanted to add more and they've started putting more money, which is nice, actually. To think they're not just using the site. They come back and sort of help restore more buildings and add other ones, following the same method that have been used since the 16th century.
But that's great. Actually, you can see there what actually we're standing on, because there it's where it's falling down. You can see the wooden kind of structure.
Yeah, it's a mold where that mixture of mud and straw can be, packed in.
Of course, it's the most incredible place for filming.
Absolutely,
Mind you, you'd probably lose your start quite easily when you go off wandering through there. Where has Brad Pitt gone? Hassan has just been telling me that those lovely gates that he pointed out to me from up on the hill, Khalil, are actually fakes.
I know. I feel really a bit silly being the expert here.
They were built for, that one on the left for Lawrence of Arabia, and the one on the right was for the jewel on the Nile. And apparently that centre bit was filled with polystyrene, and then a plane flew through it.
Figurant dans le film Gladiator.
Gladiator!
He was a gladiator. So he was in the big arena, in the big fight scenes. He was in. Alors je vais vous chercher. I'm going to look out for him next time I look at the film. Hassan, star.
If I were you, I'll get the autograph now. What you see here, Sophie, is that this space, this big square here, is actually a communal space that belongs to all the close neighbors. So we've got one kasbah on one side, we've got another kasbah in front of me here, another one behind me, and so on. And that communal space is used for all the neighbors if they have a party, or they have a wedding, or any gathering. Even in urban Morocco, you find it. If people have small homes or small flats, and let's say there is a wedding, they will ask the local neighbors, and the local authorities will allow them to use the street. They'll block off part of the street, erect a tent, and use it as a huge living room.
That's very civilised.
And nobody would mind, because everybody's joining the party. Oh, that's interesting.
This is the living room. This would have been the living room, and it hasn't been renovated for a long time. I love, look at these little details up here. So this house, which actually apparently is quite a big one, would have been home to maybe a family of 15 people.
Yeah.
Old kasbahs like Ait Benhaddou are built with small doors and windows to keep the air cool inside. A neat way of regulating the temperature on a hot Moroccan day. Next up, Hassan takes Khalil and I to a room we are very familiar with.
La cuisine.
The Moroccan cuisine has not actually moved on too much. I mean, maybe the utensils are made with other material, but pretty much the same. We still have ghasat, which is this. We still have, pestle and mortar. Of course, we're not all equipped with these kind of ovens, but we still send out bread to cook in communal ovens in some neighborhoods. And I see pots and pans here that, I'm pretty much using till today. It's fascinating, really.
It's great, just no food, huh?
Exactly.
Continue on.
Yalla mshu naklu. This is actually made with goat skin. It's a whole goat there. That's the head there and that's the tail. And obviously it's been emptied, just the skin, the hair taken off, sewn by both sides, and you leave one side where you can pour the milk. As you milk the cow, you bring it here and you really spend time going. The butter starts floating, you know, pieces of butter start floating. And you got the milk and you don't get rid of that milk. That becomes le petit lait. I don't know how they call that.
Buttermilk. Buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Literally, en anglais.
Buttermilk.
Yeah.
And it's got this nice sour flavour to it. Quite similar to that Indian yogurt.
Yeah, absolutely sort of drinking yogurt. A lassi type.
Lassi, yes,
and
absolutely.
is it used as a drink?
Oh yes, very much so. It's a drink to go with the couscous. Sophie,
Yeah.
don't get into that house. It's an angry man's house.
As you know.
He's got the sword, you know.
Well, that means saying don't come in here or
And
else.
and a teapot without the handle. That means you can't drink tea here.
I'm probably not serious.
Yeah.
Hassan took us to visit a family home within the kasbah.
We say Bismillah before we go into our house.
Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Bismillah. Bismillah. What does it mean?
In the name of the Almighty, God Almighty.
For only a few dirham, many families will let you inside.
You see, Sophie, this is a typical layout of a Moroccan living room. Whether in a villa, a qasr, kasbah, or a penthouse, it'll always be like this. It's based on the principle you can invite as many people as you want. You feed people on tables here, and when you finish and you want them to sleep overnight, they lay in the same sofas.
It's a brilliant idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
So no mucking around if you haven't got a spare room.
Absolutely, you know, fantastic. Did you like it?
I love it.
Let's go
It's
to
all
see some
mistake,
more.
isn't it? Let's get on.
Okay, Sophie, so another living room, again based on the same principle I was telling you before, but this one is more for guests.
This is beautiful, isn't it?
It's
I
nice, isn't
love
it?
this. It's all very rich and handsome.
Gorgeous.
So here they're actually, you can see them actually modernising this place so that people can return to it. So they're laying drains, they're laying pipes for fresh water to come into the place. So really, really to lure people back to this extraordinary village.